It may have the appearance of the techeles, but it ain't the techeles unless it comes from the chilazim. Adzei zok the b'samar b'reish be'etzim. L'chayra, end of discussion. So now comes a very interesting historical footnote. And that is that Reb Gershon Henoch Leiner, who was the Radzin Rebbe, wrote two works on the question of the chilazim. One is called Tzmunei Chol, and one is called techeles. And there Rav Gershon Henoch discusses this whole discussion of whether you need chilazim bedafka, whether you don't need chilazim, what's the Rambam Shita, many of the things that we said here tonight. But then Rav Gershon Henoch says that he went ahead and he found the chilazim. Where did he find it? He found it in Italy. Bekirvas ir Napoli. He found it in Naples, Italy. And he goes ahead and he says that he brought rayas that this meets all the requirements of the chilazim. It's mareu daimel yam. It's yesh lo kibrish lovas gadolima. He says all these. He says it fits all of these things. Gam the dam shalo is mifkid pakid. So he came to the conclusion that this was the dam chilazim. And Rav Yechiel Michal over here he writes below his topic, Mamasha Motza Sachilazain, El Shagam Motza Vehimsi Hasamamonim Va'ifneim Asher Bem Nitzvah HaTcheles. He went ahead and he found out how to take out the blood and to make the dye. V'hutzaves HaTzvi HaTcheles. And he went ahead and he tested it, and it met the requirements of the Rambam. It looked like the sky. The color didn't fade. It was Omedet B'Yafya. And he went ahead and he gave this Messiah over of the chilazim to his children and to his talmidim. And if you go today in Eretz Yisrael, you can find chassidim that in fact have a blue strand in their tzitzis, and they are, I don't know if they're all radzin or chassidim, but at least they're following in the mahalach of Rav Gershon Henoch Leiner, the Radzin Rebbe, that he found the techeles and he found how to produce it, and therefore they're kind of the midst of techeles. Well, I guess the point is that when you mix the chilazim in this vat of dyes, you can spread it, you can make a large quantity. As you would expect, there are many people that argued with the Radzin Rebbe and said that he didn't find the chilazim. Number one, he says that it's a snail-like thing, and they tied on him. If it's a snail-like thing, it's not kosher. If it's not kosher, you can't use it to go ahead and to dye the thing because there's a din of min hamuter beficha. Lahukshu lemlacha shamayim ela min hamuter beficha. So that, Lamais is Nishta Starketaina, there's a Mogan Avram, there's a Noida Behuda that says that not only by Tefillin there's a halach of Min HaMuter Beficha, by other halachas we don't say Min HaMuter Beficha. One of the main tainas that they have on him is that the Rambam, as we mentioned, said that the chilazim is a dag, is a fish. And Rav Gershon Henoch's snail wasn't a fish, it was a snail. To this they answer, and correctly so, that when the Rambam says fish, he doesn't mean fish. In fact, the Gemara, the Brisa says in Masechta Menachos, it's daima l'dag. The Gemara never says it's a dog, it's a fish. The Lashon of Rashi Masechta Shabbos, kemin dag. It looks like a fish. In other words, it's a creature that grows in the water. Rabbi Yechiel Michal told Suei Gayin, the Gayin says in Masechta Kelim, the kol mashe b'yam dag shemai, that anything that's found in the sea, and halacha can be referred to as dag. So that's no taina. Then they had another taina on him. What's the chilazin doing in Italy? How did it get to Italy? Oh, so it swam there, Haste. That's the teres. How did he know? Because he tested it out. I don't know. Maybe he went around. I don't know. I'm not a historian. He went around the world. I don't know how he got there. He heard about such a thing. He went to Naples. So this is also no taina, because Rabbi Chil Michal wants to suggest that which the Gemara says that it's found bechelkai shel Zvulun means that Zvulun had the tremendous advantage that he didn't have to go fishing; it was found on the land. That's the Maila. Das heißt, the ganze Welt has to go fishing for it. And if you've ever gone fishing, you know what a frustrating experience that can be. You put it in, you can sit there ganze Tag and you can drink beer, but all you get at the end of the day is you have that's right. But so Zvulun had the Maila that it was on the sand. So Memela, therefore that's no taina. So at any rate, all the 6 or 7 tainas that they taina Rabbi Gershonach defended himself from. The bottom line, Rabbi Isai, is that it seems that the Radzin Rebbe himself did not go ahead and say, I have the techeles and this is it, and any person who doesn't use the techeles is mevatel ha-mitzvos aseh, but his approach is, I think that this is the techeles. And therefore, what does one lose? Because as he writes, even if it's not techeles, so what? It's not worse than lavan. If a person wants to go ahead and take a magic marker and color his tzitzis blue, okay, good, it's not techeles, but it doesn't passel the tzitzis. So Memela, if you go ahead and you have this color and you dye the tzitzis, it doesn't passel the tzitzis, lo yehei lo lavan. You're not losing anything. Memela, that's why the Radzin Rebbe held. In other words, he was aware of the sfeikis, but he held that it was kedai, it was worthwhile, because maybe this is the techeles, you don't have anything to lose. This sefer, the Yir HaKadosh v'Hamikdash in Parakeh, in Chelakeh, the Rabbi Chil Michal brings, this is not a discussion of tzitzis. This is a discussion of Big Day Kodesh, Big Day Kahuna rather. The whole sefer is devoted to Yir HaKadosh v'Hamikdash. It's a sefer about the Beis Hamikdash. Rabbi Chil Michal's discussion over here is, could we go ahead and have the Big Day Kahuna Bisman Hazeh and have the techeles in using Reb Gershon Henoch's techeles? So to this, Rabbi Chil Michal says we can't do that. Right, because the point is, techeles is ma'akiv by Big Day Kuna. If it's ma'akiv by Big Day Kuna, as a kain that does the avodah without the Big Day Kuna is kazar sheshimish is chay misvei shamayim. So you don't have the luxury to say, why not? Why not? Because if this isn't techeles and you're not wearing Big Day Kuna, you're chay misvei shamayim, friend. So therefore you don't have that luxury. Mashain came by tzitzis, where the point is, as Rav Gershon Henoch writes, you have nothing to lose. Lo yehei lo lavan, that's the rationale. Is this vaday techeles? No. Does he think it is techeles? Yes. Do you lose anything by trying it? The answer is no. That's the rationale of the Radziner Hasidim. And the pasuk says, Vatisa kol ha'eda vayidnu es kolam